It's Today in Putnam County with Shan Stout.
Hi everyone, welcome to Today in Putnam County. I'm Shan Stout. I'm the Executive Director of the Cookeville Putnam County Convention and Visitors Bureau. And today I have two lovely guests that you are going to want to meet pronto. And I have known one of these ladies for a very long time and one I just met today, but you're going to like them both. We were instant friends. I am here talking with Paige Buck and Jordan. Jordan, what's your last name?
Dodson.
Okay, Jordan Dodson,
Yes, ma'am.
and you girls are with Industry Mart. Office Mart.
Both, yes.
Yes.
Mainly have with Office Mart.
Yes, we've got a combo situation going on here. Now, I have loved Office Mart forever, but here recently with the new convention center, we've become good friends, Paige.
Yes, we have.
And for our listening and viewing audience, if they're like, I don't know if Office Mart has what I need, I don't know what Office Mart is, that we have a lot of new listeners that are new to the community. And so you guys have been around a very long time. You are a pillar of our community. So let's talk a little bit about the origin story of Office Mart, how it has maybe evolved through time, and what type of needs are you meeting with the customers now?
So we are family owned. We actually hit over 40 years this year
Amazing.
that they've been in. Industry Mart started in Algood, Tennessee. Office Mart was originally on Jefferson, Main Street, right there for everyone. In the last 5 years now almost, we moved to Industry Mart in Algood. So we are now two companies under one roof.
Which I love.
Yes.
It took a minute for me to evolve with the transition as well. And for anyone, there's still a particular rumor that because the South Jefferson location closed down that you guys went out of business. That is not true at all. So we want to blow that one up. And that is not valid. You just transferred to be a superpower. You're a dueling superpower under one location, and it really is fantastic because no matter what you need, it is right there, and it has been so convenient for me, so I am your number one fan. So let's talk about Office Mart versus Industry Mart, family-owned business.
Yes.
You've been there a really long time, Paige.
8 years.
8 years.
Yes.
And you're my go-to gal.
Thank you.
I mean, I'm just always like, is Paige here? I need to talk to Paige, whatever. You have helped us through many a challenging situation when we had deadlines to meet. We had specific things we had to have, special order items. I mean, you guys.
Damages. I think we had a few damage issues. Unfortunately, that happens.
You guys do it all. And we were in good hands the whole time. So let's talk about what you offer. If there is, because there's a lot of business and industry here that probably need all the things you're selling.
And growing. We're seeing lots of new businesses, lots of...
well, the Expo Center is right around the corner, so I'm right with them. I know the feeling.
If you need, from desks to... So when you first walk into Office Mart, you're going to see one of us or one of the Industry Mart teams. And if you need desks, chairs, conference rooms, anything for lobbies, break rooms, we've got it all. And we take your thoughts of what you need, and we kind of, I love it. I call it brainstorming. So I'll take all your little ideas, and I love walking around. Like with you guys, you had a group of ladies that were walking. I'm just sitting there listening. I'm taking notes, what colors you guys are talking about. So we're taking it all in, and then kind of personally shop for everybody and just kind of give you some more ideas, and then we kind of ring those back in, and that's when the real magic starts happening with the layouts, the samples, and all that good stuff. And you can visually see everything before you even buy it.
Well, and I'm going to speak to that experience because my first initial hard-hitting purchase was for the convention center. And we were only 50% sure of what we needed. We had a list of items of what we needed, but the vision for it was still a little work in progress, right? We had the visitor shop downtown. It had kind of a state park vibe to it. We didn't quite want that at the new Welcome Center, but we didn't want it to feel sterile either. We wanted it to also have its own personality. You guys not only have all the new things on the floor, but you have these very unique vintage finds through what I call Antique Alley.
Yes.
Like you've got this whole corridor, and let me tell you, we are like the showroom for Office Mart at the convention center because people walk in, and when I'm giving a tour and when I'm consulting with a future client and they sit in my office, they're like, "Where did your furniture come from?" And I'm like, Office Mart. And then they go across the lobby to the Welcome Center, and we have all these, we have a concrete table, we have all these unique baskets and fixtures, and they're like, "Where did you source all this stuff?" And we're like, Office Mart. And they're like, "The same place that your office came from, like your office furniture?" And so people just marvel. And then my mom showed up, and she was like, "I want to see your space, blah, blah, blah." So I call her Smother. So Smother shows up, and she's taking the tour, and she goes, "Where did all this unique stuff come from?" I mean, like, she was just in love with everything. And I was like, Office Mart. She goes, "What time do they close?" And so my visit with my mom was cut short because she goes, "I'm going straight to Office Mart. Like, I got to go before they close." Like, I was over with. Like, "See ya."
Wow.
Because she was blown away. And so she came back and sent me pictures of all the things she had found because she was just like, "I had no idea." And I think that's the word we want to get out here, is that when you show up, you really have no idea what you're in for.
I'm pretty sure most of the time when I see people's face and I'll go, "Hey, can I help you with anything?" And they're like,
"There's so much in here.
I need to browse." And I'm like, "Go ahead, I'll catch up with you." Because there's a lot from, racks for your garage for the Industry Mart sides. Oh, you have a wheel that broke off something off your little cart in the garden? Okay, we've got those. And I'm pretty sure I even climbed up the rails to get some baskets.
Yes, you did.
It doesn't matter. We've got it hanging around there, and if not, we'll look for it or try to.
Well, and what I love too is you have this showroom floor where you can sit in a chair, try it out behind the furniture. You can sit at what would be your desk and feel how everything functions. That just doesn't exist hardly anymore. You're buying something in a box that you're going to have to put together, that you don't know if it's comfortable, and then 6 months later you're having to go to a chiropractor because your back's out because that office chair that was super cute in the photo online showed up. Yeah, shows up in a box. You put it together, and then it absolutely is destroying your spine. And so I brought all my staff. Like, we brought them in one at a time to pick their desk chair, because I wanted to make sure when you work at a desk for 8 hours a day, that is such an important purchase. And I've worked at jobs before where they bought the cheap desk chair and you just were in excruciating agony by the time it was over. Same thing with our ballroom chairs at the convention center. Mayor Porter, the funniest story that I tell about the convention center, all the perils, the hardest thing to do was to get the ballroom chairs, because Mayor Porter demanded to have a sample to sit in to see if it hurt his back, because we both go to so many dinners, so many fundraising galas, so many events, so many meetings, and we sit in some of the world's worst chairs.
They really are.
And somebody has paid, just a tiny little bit of money for as many chairs as they could buy. And then you have to suffer through a 2-hour situation where you're just like,
oh, sorry, hold on. Let me fix that
miserable.
For a second. Yeah, it's not
and
fun.
So Mayor Porter, when he finally found the chair, and then we're like, okay, now Paige, we found the chair. Now we have to find the color.
Yes.
And you helped us from start to finish. And then when those chairs arrived, if any of them had anything wrong with them,
I
you
was
were like,
picking through it.
Yeah, you're like, that will not happen on my watch.
We'll take care of that. Hold on, nope, that little nick. No, we'll get that taken. And they do. Our vendors are amazing. That's the other part, is like, it's not just us. Our vendors, we've got top brands. We work with Fairfield, Aspen, Indiana. NDI, National Desk, is in Nashville, right down the road. They've got a huge warehouse that we pull from for a lot of the laminates. So I mean, they work with us very well because we have a good relationship with them as well. So we're getting good customer service. We're giving good customer service. So I think it's just a good
Well,
thumbs up around all.
I've not had a bad experience. And like you said, if something was wrong or nicked or dinged or anything, you usually had it taken care of before it ever even hit my door anyway.
Yeah.
But then you'd be like, hey, one of these tables is not quite right. I just don't like, blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, I don't know. It's probably okay. You're like, no, Shan, it's not going to fly. It needs to be in perfect condition. And so we appreciated that. I mean, I don't know what I would have done without you. That's all I can say. I do not take that lightly. And if anybody wants to see what Office Mart has to offer while you're at the convention center, just look around because every single thing in that building.
You have pushed a lot of, thank you, because you have pushed a lot of people that have said, hey, those tables I heard came from you, or the chairs. I mean, we've recently are helping a few others with some banquet chairs.
You solved so many issues for us. You have nesting tables that provide instant workspace, but then they collapse down to sit flush against a wall. Those, I will literally be ordering more of those immediately. I told my staff this week we need 3 more.
Yep.
And those have been just game changers to set up instant workspaces for people that are, we have interns, and we're like, we need them a desk, and you can just set up an instant situation for them to have a large space to work, but you're not having to then store a heavy piece of furniture because it rolls, and it's just so easy.
Do you use it as like a cart too?
Everything. I mean, we have used those so universally. I had described a problem we were having, and you're like, you know what, I think I have the solution to that. So I'm going to recommend, if you have an efficiency problem in your home, your office, I mean, Paige will just go, hey, you know what? Let me think about that. And usually she doesn't really have to think. It takes about 5 seconds, and then she's like,
Thanks.
let me show you this. Let's take a look at this. And you were so right on so many things. It was just it has consistently made our lives easier in our workflow of our business.
Thank you.
So we're friends now, but we're friends because you made my life so easy. You were so personable. But let's talk about, before we go to break, let's talk about the visitor experience. When you have a new customer, now I don't know if you guys are like me, but walking through a new business, I still kind of get anxious. Like you don't know what to expect, and especially if it looks like a big warehouse, you're like, am I supposed to be here? Is this the door I go in? I see other people walking in, but maybe they know what they're doing and I don't know what I'm doing, right? So we're pulling down to Office Mart. We've arrived. We pull into the parking lot. Tell us what we can expect.
So what you're going to see is you're going to see a big warehouse with lots of beams and stuff out on the front.
Out front.
Normally we do our best to have the big bay door open, so it does feel pretty welcoming.
Well, except I'm going to say from my side, the big bay door was open, and I was like, am I supposed to walk through
yes,
there?
you
right?
are.
Like,
go
didn't
through.
know.
Yeah.
Yep.
So pretty much any of the doors you can walk through, but that main part right there, come on in. All the offices are lined up, so one of us are going to come out and say, hey, what do you need?
Which is exactly my experience.
Okay, and then from there on, we just kind of, I don't want to hold your hand if you don't need it held, okay? I'm not that type of salesperson, so normally I can feel out the person and be like, what are you looking for? If they give me a full rundown, this is what they need, then
Which is what I came with a handwritten list.
And so we held hands and skipped through and we saw everything. But other times we've got some people that are like, I have no idea, and they're seeing it all, and you can just read it on their face, and I'm like, I'll let you browse, and then one of us will come back and find you. So that's, I mean, and that's how it works. You
well,
just
and
walk in
that
those doors.
happened the second time when I came back and I needed storage cabinets. I said, Paige, you're going to have to let me look because I don't really know what I want. I'm going to just kind of see the choices and then get back with you and see your opinion on what you think would be best. And so you guys are very no pressure sales. For anyone that is afraid of a pressure sales, this is like you are the sales assistant. Like you are trying to assist a customer find the right thing that they need to solve their problem, to fill their space. And oh my goodness.
I'm not going to push just any chair to anybody. Like
Oh, and
that's not me.
always insist, like sit in the chair, see what it feels
Yes.
like.
Test drive it.
Yes, test drive your
That's what we
office
say,
chair.
test
Drive it out. Vroom.
And that's how I chose my entire office. I sat there like I was doing my job and just felt where everything was, because my former desk had a sharp corner where the file cabinet was, and every time I would swing my chair around, I would hit my kneecap.
Yep.
And I was like, I did not test drive this desk, and I have suffered for it, and my poor little knee. And so it is important for it to work for your space and to
Yes.
know how your workspace and your office would function. And also, no kidding, anti-galley, as I call it, I have gotten so many things for my own home there. It is so much fun. It is very unusual. But speaking of unusual, we have a brand new thing that we're going to be talking about with Jordan when we come back. She has undertaken a new part of Office Mart that I am very excited about. So don't go away. We're talking to Paige and Jordan of Office Mart, and when we come back, we'll find out all about Jordan's new role and how she can help you in the very near future. You're listening to Today in Putnam County with Shan Stout, and I'll see you after the break.
We're back with Today in Putnam County with Shan Stout.
Welcome back to Today in Putnam County, and if you're just now joining us, I want to let you in on a little secret. We have one of the most wonderful family-owned businesses in all of the Upper Cumberland with us today. I've got Paige and Jordan. And Paige, we've been talking to you about Office Mart, the history of Office Mart and Industry Mart. We know that Office Mart used to be on South Jefferson.
Yes.
And for those who missed the memo somewhere
You're
in the
not there.
universe, you're not there anymore, but you did not close. You actually kind of bolstered and reinforced your situation so that Industry Mart and Office Mart are together. I have had a wonderful experience using you guys with the new convention center, and guess what? The new expo center is about to start going. We had people in there this past week talking about the prospectus, the plans, and what we'll need, and so I will be donning your door.
You send those drawings.
in the near future. So it's going to be a wonderful, amazing experience because I've already seen your customer service through the convention center. So, Jordan,
Yes, ma'am.
we are going to be instant friends following this interview because I did not realize until you arrived here today and came in the studio of what your new role is. Now, first off, you've been with Office Mart for how long?
4 years. A little
4
over
years.
4 years. Yes.
So in that time, you've gone through a few different roles, working your way through. So let's talk about the history of what you've done because you were kind of like the mini-me of Paige's
Yes.
job, right?
Yes. Yep. I started out with the sales, and then they pushed me over to the supplies. So I've started doing the paper. We supply banks, schools, big businesses with their paper. We can get ink, pens, highlighters, folders of any kind. We can get tabby labels for your years and letters on the outsides of your folders for things that you have to file. There's all kinds of things that you can
Custom
get.
stamps?
Custom stamps, we can do those. We can do custom embossers, all of that type stuff. There is a place on our website, the Office Mart website, that links the supplies. So you can go through there, you can type in a keyword search of what you need. It'll bring up all the products, give you part numbers. You can make a list online. You can call us. You can email me. Whatever's easiest, whatever works best for you. And usually we get the items in less than a week, and our team will deliver it straight to your door.
Okay, so I'm going to talk through, Jordan, my excitement of this. Let me tell you my experience just this past week. Using a particular national supply chain that was supposed to deliver my items that I had ordered. And this is copy paper, highlighters, ink pens, staplers, staples, all the things. Supposed to deliver them to my door. And not only did they deliver them to a different location, but when we finally got our hands on this huge shipment of office supplies, the paper, the boxes, the reams of paper were crushed to the point, and then if you try to run copy paper through a copier and the corners are, bent in any direction, the copier will jam.
Not gonna work.
So my staff was yelling at their copy machines. I mean, it was just it was causing me pain the whole process through. I did not know that you guys were now offering this service. So I am not only elated, you're going to save me from the demise of what I've just been through this past week, just simply trying to get high quality office supplies that are not damaged in shipment. So the fact that I can have those on a rotation delivered to my door from someone I trust that is supporting a local hometown business that has been around for 40 years? 40 years. 40 years. That makes me feel good and doesn't make me angry and need a therapist. Because that has been my position this week. I'm like, how hard is it to be able to order a ream of paper and have it, So I was very, very frustrated. So I'm excited. So I love also that you do everything from high tech, which is going online, choosing your products, looking at your SKU number, making a list, blah, 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 blah. You will also do by phone.
Absolutely.
And you'll do old school. If I wanted to walk
I'll sit there and write it down on my Post-it.
If I want to sit down and I want to look at Jordan face to face, and her take down my order while I point, you will do that too. So I'm just telling you, you take the frustration out of this piece of being a manager of any sort of business.
Yes.
Because you think, well, it's no big deal to just, maintain your office supplies and whatever. That's its own job.
It is, yes.
We work with the stuff and it's still, we're like, we need more pens. Why did we order that? Or, know, but we do, she keeps the paper on, cases of paper or the ream. If you don't even need to buy a whole case, a ream. Hey, come stop by the store on your way home and you can have it for tomorrow. Or if you need, she's got it there. Now the in stock, we don't keep really much in stock, but there is labels and packing tape and banker's boxes, different type of file folders, tabs. So we do keep a little bit, but most of the stuff she orders. And
if you're like me, and when you're running a barrage of offices, you want to not have to think about it, and you just want to say every 2 or 3 months, I just want to repeat this order.
Yes.
Right?
We can do it.
And then you've just saved me, because every time we have to do a new office supply order, by the time I'm making the list and Izzy's taking the notes, and then she's looking it up, and then she's placing the order, we've really wasted half a day on office supplies.
Where Jordan could have, so Shan and them, they need this. Needs to be ordered by this day. Well, even a few days ahead of time, she can give you a call and say, hey, I'm getting ready to place that order. Do you need anything else extra? Nobody else is doing that on your checklist.
Zero.
So,
people.
We're sitting here saying, hey, reminder, do you need anything else?
Yeah.
So we're trying to make things easier for everybody else.
Mm-hmm. I'm your number one fan now, Jordan. You just need to know that. You're going to be like, oh no, what have I done coming on that show?
Call me as much as you need.
Because I'm thrilled about this service. And I know that there are plenty of businesses that were, like me, completely unaware.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I've worked with you guys a long time, and this is breaking news for me.
Yes.
So for anyone out there that currently is using a different system, especially if you are using some sort of supplier that is not putting sales tax dollars back in your community, stop, cease and desist, because you need to be supporting our local businesses every single way that you can.
Yes,
the more that our dollars are reinvested into our community, the more that we are able to use those dollars to spend on improving our community.
Yes.
So those sales tax dollars need to stay here, and you're not even having to make a generous decision to do that, because you guys offer better service. Your customer service, bar none, impeccable. And I can speak to being probably your most difficult customer, because I had a laundry list of crazy items. And
You did have a long list, but I've had I've had crazier.
That's good.
And I love
That's
it. I
good.
love a challenge, so I'm not scared of it.
You have the temperament for it too.
Yes.
I appreciate that.
I do.
You are happy all the time, even if you probably were shooting daggers at me a few times. Like, Shan, if you call me one more time, I'm telling you what.
No, I'm pretty sure there was one time where I had to get on to another person because they were late with one of our, and I had talked to you right after, and I was like, I'm sorry, I'm a little aggravated. I had to like get on to these other people, but we're here now. Hey, so it kind of, you know.
Well, you have done a great job. I know that Office Mart is very lucky to have you. And Jordan, oh my goodness, this new role, I wish you the greatest of success.
Thank you very
I will spread the good news of what Office Mart is doing, because this is a whole new vein of growing your business. And so the more that we can support you, the bigger your business can grow. And that helps the whole community to keep everything right here. I love the fact, on the Industry Mart side, I didn't even understand what the Industry Mart piece meant. Like, I was like, okay, Office Mart, Industry Mart, like, what does that mean? And then you took me into the Industry Mart side, and I was like, whoa, this place just keeps going and going. So let's talk a little bit about that before we let you guys go. And then what you're most proud about the Office Mart, Industry Mart footprint for Putnam County.
So the mixing of us, is that where we're starting here? So the Industry Mart stuff, warehouse. Think warehouse. You got all the warehouse needs, from the uprights, the beams, if forklift stuff. Like if you
stuff.
need, not forklifts in general, but like where they're driving forklifts and you've got those beams that you've got to go under. Our people take care of that stuff too. And we even have an install team that goes in and out of state. So they do travel.
Wow.
And we do too. I mean, we've gone Upper Cumberland and across. I think we've went out to Kentucky a little bit with Industry Mart. They did, Pepsi is one of our, some people we do the back half of theirs and then all the way to the offices. So being under one roof has really helped us to kind of help the customer with two parties.
You're streamlining that process.
I mean, it's just, it works out great. So that's probably the best part about being together. And then I just like seeing everybody grow, and this community has been, I mean, it just keeps growing. I love it growing, but it's getting real big. We are the largest sales floor for you to come and visually see things and test drive it out and whatnot between Knoxville and Nashville.
Well, and you have a lot of people come here because of that.
Yes.
Yes.
That was very important to me, to see and touch the quality of items. To even when I was choosing my desk, to slide the drawers, because again, you can't do that from a photo online. You may even trust the supplier and go, well, they make real good quality furniture, so their desk is going to be good, and you get it, and it's like, eek, and you can't get the drawer open, and you're like, gosh, they should do better. And then you're disappointed because there was not the quality control piece of being able to actually touch and feel. And, anybody who, I'm telling you, just last week, people came into my office and they're just like, this is just such nice quality office furniture. Like, you just don't see this anymore. It is so beautiful, and I'm like, it is so functional and durable. And, we have thousands of people come through our door, and I meet with hundreds of people a week. And just to know that, everything just is so nice. I mean, you've just really helped our image. It's very important. When you talked about Jordan working with banks, that image of how successful a bank is has a lot to do with that first impression of sitting on the other side of someone's desk. Yes. Yeah. When you see the quality of the desk or the chair that you're sitting in is nice, right? And it's not rickety and it's not cheap. You go, oh, this is a nice bank, right? I mean, and that's office furniture.
Speaking of banks, well, I'll drop this in here while you. The First National banks, we did their furniture.
Yes.
So from the Algood one to the Cookeville locations, going to Livingston,
and you can
now
tell.
Sparta.
Let's just say,
so
you can tell.
You can really, when you go and sit in their lobbies and stuff, I was in there the other day, and I'm like,
No, they are very nice. Yeah.
You guys have made me an office furniture snob.
Me
because
too.
I now
I'm a
know
furniture snob and all around. My
it's
husband
true.
says that.
It's true. But you have exposed me to very high quality office furnishings. And then when you go and you see somebody cheap out and do something rickety, and you're like, oh,
And I
you're gonna pay,
understand,
but,
you know,
but
but
they will pay for that on the
If you-
backside because that
exactly,
stuff
yes.
falls
Thank
apart.
you.
It
Yes.
just does.
You're going to end up, you're going to buy 2 more desks in that few months.
Absolutely,
Just
absolutely.
take a look at it. Save if you've got to. We work with people on terms and everything.
Well, and you
So
work with budgets. We came in
we
with a
work
budget.
You tell me the numbers, I'll find it, and I'll make sure it's not.
We were a county department, fiscally responsible. We had a set budget. We were not going to go over. We were like, the price is right. We were going to stay
Yes.
under our threshold for our budget. And you were like, we absolutely will take care of you. And you not only did, we really got more in the end than we were even. You're like, that budget went farther than we ever dreamed. So, moral of this story, if anyone out there who is listening, you need office furniture, you need office supplies, you need a chain for those office supplies to be delivered regularly, you need some unusual solution to your office management space. Office Mart is the only answer. And remember, 100% of the sales tax dollars that you are throwing into Office Mart is coming right back to our community. So that makes you the hero of this story. Paige, Jordan, thank you so much for coming on the show today.
Thank you for having us.
Well, you have been listening to Today in Putnam County. I'm Shan Stout, and until we see you next week, enjoy the journey.
This has been Today in Putnam County with Shan Stout.